Most people think minimalists never buy anything, but that's not true. I still spend money, but only on things that make my life better. Things that save me time, help me stay healthy, or make my day easier. So in today's video, I'm sharing the 7 things I still spend money on, even as a minimalist. And you'll be very surprised about a few of them. Let's get into it. Number 1, good food. So number 1 is good food. And I'm going to be real with you guys. I have acid reflux. I can't just eat any type of food anymore. That's because back in high school and college, I used to eat a lot of junk food, spicy food, and greasy food, which is crazy since I grew up in the Caribbean and I'm used to eating those type of food. But whenever I eat them now, it causes my stomach to hurt and even give me heartburn. At the same time, I'm not even mad because I used to go out a lot, so it used to cost me a lot of money. Now, I keep it simple. I try to cook more at home. I spend money on ingredients to cook food I know my stomach can handle. Nothing fancy, proteins like chicken, fish, simple carb, just food that don't give me a heartburn. The only weird part is that I eat about the same thing every day to keep it safe, so it's saving me a lot of money. Number 2, health. This is one of those categories where minimalism actually makes me spend smarter, not necessarily less. Like, I go to the gym 3 times a week, right? But it's not just any gym, it's a boxing gym. The cool part about going to that kind of gym is that it teaches you how to defend yourself. Because there's a lot of crazy people out there who don't really care about trying to bully you, harass you, or even start a fight with you. And I just think that if you go to just a normal gym lifting weight, you don't necessarily know how to protect yourself. Whereas if you know some level of martial art like boxing, you will always be able to defend yourself. I also spend money on doctor's appointment and 6-month checkup because I don't want to wait around until something becomes a huge problem for me to try to fix it. The same goes with dental cleaning. And honestly, I spend a lot of money on good hygiene as well. As a person, you should prioritize hygiene because it's just such an attractive thing to do, and it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just the basics that actually work. Toothbrush, flossing, skincare if you're into that. For example, I like to keep my hair curly, right? So I use S-Care product. I don't really do much skincare, so just some lotion to keep me from looking ashy will be fine. Because the thing is, your image is a reflection of you. So if you don't have good hygiene, you smell, you don't look good, people are going to judge you. And I hate it when some people say things like, well, I don't really care what nobody thinks about me because they don't know me. That's just dirty. You can't possibly tell me that you enjoy the idea of walking around looking dusty and your excuse is people don't know me. In fact, people do know you. You're the dusty person who like walking around looking dirty. So it's up to you how you want people to perceive you. If you want them to think highly of you, you need to look sharp and clean. But if you want them to look down on you, well, keep looking dusty. Number 3, quality basics. So minimalism didn't make me stop buying things. It made me stop buying the same thing over and over again because I kept buying cheap clothes that didn't last. So instead of buying fast fashion that is cheap and never lasts, I focus on sustainable fashion. While sustainable fashion is more expensive than fast fashion, sustainable fashion has higher quality and they also last longer. So not only you're saving money not having to buy a lot of cheap clothes, but in the long run, you're saving more money because you're not replacing your clothes as much as you used to. Number 4, a clean home. So let me ask you this. If you go to someone's house and you see that their house are dirty, meaning their bed is not done, their dishes is not clean, their floor is not broomed, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Because I remember back in high school, even in college, I used to be at my friend's house all the time. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to this. Let's be realistic, right? There's always this friend you have that you'll be at their house just chilling. Whether it's after school, the weekend, you just be over there like you live there. Now let's go back to the question I asked earlier. If their house was dirty, would you still be over there? Would you eat over there? In fact, would you still want to talk to them? Hell, would you even want them at your house? Let's think about it, right? If they don't respect their home, how do you know they're going to respect yours? What if they dirty your place? So that alone should tell you a lot about that person. And the same goes for you. You should always have a clean home because where you sleep says a lot about you. Number 5, experiences. This is one of the biggest mindset shift for me because I realized I don't want my life to be a pile of stuff that I bought and usually forget about them. So I started spending more money on experiences. Things like concert, a weekend trip, trying new places with friends because with experiences, you build a lot of memory and bonds that tend to last longer. Especially nowadays with social media, I feel like after COVID, people are so glued to their phone, they spend more time trying to get validated by some stranger online than actually going out to hang out with their friends and families. I remember a few weeks ago, I went to the movie theater, right? And it was around 6:45 p.m. The movie theater was empty. Barely anyone was there, and it just felt so sad. I'm not sure if anyone can remember this, but back then, when people used to go to the movies, they would usually go like an hour early just so they could play at the arcade and really just have fun with their friends before watching the movies. But nowadays, with streaming services keeping us locked inside our home, the movies is not even as fun as it used to be. And even if you did see anyone with their friends, they're not even really hanging out. They're just on their phone trying to take pictures just so they could go impress somebody on social media. So I'll say this to you. Get off your phone and spend as much time with your friends and families because you never know if you're going to ever see them again. Number 6, education and skill building. This is one area where I never felt guilty spending money because skills don't just go to waste, they actually pay you back. They can help you earn more money, save time, get better opportunities, or just feel more confident in your life. So yeah, I'll spend money on a book, a course, a workshop, or something that teaches me real skills. But the minimalist rule is I don't buy learning just to feel productive. I only buy something if I'm actually going to use it. Think about it, right? Don't just buy a course and never actually try to apply the stuff you learned from the course. It's basically donating money to the internet. In fact, the real fun is the application part because this is where you really know if you learn anything. You will make a lot of mistakes, you will fail, but you will learn from these mistakes and failures and adjust as you go. The courses will give you the fundamentals and the basics, but applying the work in real life is where the experiences comes in. Number 7, giving back to your community. So this is one of those things that doesn't look minimalist on paper, but it actually fits the mindset perfectly because minimalism isn't just about spending less, it's about spending on what matters. So yeah, I still spend money on helping other people when I can. Sometimes that means donating to causes that I care about. Sometimes it's supporting a local fundraiser or charity. It could even be something super simple, like bringing food to someone who's going through it, tipping the server more, or helping a friend with something small. The minimalist part is, I do it intentionally. I'm not trying to save the world with my debit card, because here's the truth. When you're only spending money on yourself, it's easy to feel like you're accomplishing something. But when you're using money to help someone else or even the people around you, that's when you start to build influence and people start to follow you around. And I'm not talking about them fake friends that only care about you because of your money. I'm talking about like-minded individuals that you invest in and you know they're going to be useful to you in the future. So there you have it, guys. The 7 things I still spend money on. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, push the notification bell for more on sustainable fashion, personal finance, and minimalism. I'll see you guys on my next video.